Hey buddy, what's up? It's Monday. So it's getting colder here, hence the hat and the hoodie. But it's okay because, winter's coming, so it's gonna get cold. So I was recently thinking about self improvement and how that all works out, and basically how to get used to sort of always self improve. I think one of the major problems I have with especially people in my generation or older people is that people definitely seem to hit a time in their life where they're just like, you know what, I'm good. I'm just going to coast from here. And that is fine later on in life, I think. But I think at a younger age, you kind of owe it to yourself and you owe it to the next generations down to kind of learn and know as much stuff as possible because, like, you're gonna need that information. You're gonna need to teach it to people. So thinking about that, it took me to the subject like, well, why don't people learn more stuff? Like, why don't people learn to do things more? And I was watching a John Green episode years and years ago, and he was talking about how he got started in writing. And basically, the way he did it was that he decided to just start writing. Like, he literally sat down with a piece of paper and a pen, and he said, I'm just going to write stuff. It doesn't matter what it's about, it doesn't matter if it's good, it doesn't matter if it's a final draft, or if he even knows where he's going with the sentences that he's writing. The idea is just sit down and start writing words. And then the idea is that once you start writing words, writing the next word is pretty easy. Like, I don't know if you've experienced this when writing papers for school, but I certainly have. You don't really know how to start the paper you're about to write or the project you're about to write. And you get really hung up on like that first sentence. Like, okay, well, how am I gonna, I need something awesome. I need something amazing. And you really don't. What you need to do is just write something and then just keep writing. And what I found when I write is that once you get that first sentence out of the way, or more specifically, once you get the first couple of words, everything else becomes a lot easier. That's why now when I write papers for college, I can write a 10-page paper in one sitting. It's because I don't worry about having the perfect sentence structure on everything. What I try to get down is, okay, what information do I have? Let's get this in sentences. And then once I get the sentences all written down, I try to break it up into some sort of order that makes sense to the reader, so I'm not jumping from point to point to point. No, this paragraph's going to be specifically concentrating on this point, and this paragraph that point, and stuff like that. And then that's how you get started on something. But then how you get better? Well, you need to learn how to take criticism. And this is something that I struggle with at times. I'm sure you do at times, or at least you can probably think of a couple times where you struggle with criticism. But John Green said this one thing that really sticks with me. He said, if you want to be good at something, find somebody who can do that thing better than you can and listen to them. And I've always remembered that because it helps keep me humble. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying obviously I'm still an emotional human being. So, sometimes I'm not in the mood for it to take criticism. But I do objectively try to put myself in a position to take criticism. And that's one thing that college is helping me do too, because you're putting your work up on like the program we use with Blackboard, and other students in your class can comment on your stuff. And normally they say nice things, but sometimes they give you like real advice, and it's a good thing that they do that because you need to learn how to take criticism for something. This is something that I think you're learning a little bit better than I did at your age because you're in a lot of after school activities. Now, I don't want to obviously say exactly on here, but most of them are very instructor led or teacher led or coach led. So you're used to taking criticism. They say you need to get better at something. You're like, okay, I need to get better at this. And I think that's really good because I think in the end, that's going to teach you to be a very good employee. Because, when you get to your professional life, basically, you take a lot of criticism. A lot of bosses are like, hey, you're doing great, but here's what you need to do better. Because even if you perform 99% perfectly, they're still going to try to push you that 1% and try to get you as good as possible. And then what I found with my experience when I was in the Navy is that if I had a sailor that was like an E3 but acting like an E4 and could handle the responsibilities in E4, that's great. But now I'm going to start training you to be an E5. We're going to get you as high as possible. So life's never going to be easy, but you're going to like it in the end because you're going to get promoted faster. Anyway, taking criticism is something that we all need to learn how to do. I know I need to get better at it. I'm sure you can think of other people that need to get better at it, including yourself. But the thing is that I think it's a sign of maturity when you're able to do it, and it's a very good thing to be able to do. And I think you'll find that being able to take criticism will make you better at whatever skill you're trying to improve on. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Remember, I love you, I'm proud of you, I miss you, and stay awesome.